So a few days ago, Jake Paul's manager Nakisa was on Ariel Helwani's podcast, The MMA Hour, and if we're being honest, no one's sitting there and watching that hour-long podcast because all Nakisa's gonna do is suck off Jake Paul and be like, him fighting Mike Tyson is the hardest, strongest challenge of his career, even though Mike Tyson's literally turning 93. So instead, why not just get into the part we all care about, why KSI vs Jake Paul hasn't happened even though they've been going back and forth at each other for like 6 years. So I found this clip from IFN Boxing, it's like a minute long. Let's just take a look at what he has to say.
No. Every single question was, ask him why the KSI fight isn't happening. Ask him. Are you going to ask him? Are you going to ask him? Are you going to ask him?
Well, of course, if you're on social media. And
why does this look like it was recorded by a toaster?
Why isn't it happening?
I don't think it's not happening. I think it's a matter of, does it happen? When does it happen?
So when is it happening?
Happened up until this point.
I don't think they've been realistic in what the fight is. I don't think they've really negotiated fairly in private. Again, I don't negotiate in public. We've never, made out to...
Exposing time. I remember this tweet. Hold up. This is literally like his Twitter account. 1 second. I have to find this tweet. Hold up. Watch this. He said he doesn't negotiate in public. Where is it? Where is it? 1 second. 1 second. It's almost here, I think. It's right here. Look. So he hasn't negotiated in public, guys. He has never negotiated in public. But this tweet literally says Jake Paul will fight at 180 if it's winner takes all. If it's not at 185, then it's not in the UK. He's literally negotiating in public. This is a public tweet on Twitter. It has 424,000 views. But the funniest thing about this tweet is that he said Jake Paul has never fought below 185 pounds, but... 82.5. Okay, 82.5 kg is below 185 pounds. And one more thing. Boxer, Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. Weight, Jake Paul. You go down. 183 pounds. This fight was one of his most recent fights. And this man just said, Jake Paul has never fought below 185. 183. I think he may have brain damage or it might just be an illness. Okay, off to a good start. This man has already been caught lying in the first 35 seconds and was also caught lying under that tweet I just showed. Like, what?
We've never... made out to try to put them down. Jake and KSI.
Bro, no. This has to be AI. I mean, there's no way this is real, right? Jake Paul... got 10,000 likes and look at these comments. I mean, they're just clowning them straight up. Calm down, it's because of Andrew Tate. This account run by some 12-year-old might want to check again on the views. Andrew Tate carried you. Like, bro, these guys are getting absolutely cocked on their own account.
Going back and forth with each other, totally cool. Two fighters, two content creators, do your thing. When his representation is constantly taking a public position on Jake Paul, on MVP, on myself, it's just not who I want to do business with. It's not who Jake wants to do business with. Jake Paul, KSI is a great fight. I think it's an exciting fight. But it's going to be on terms that make sense in the background between ourselves, DAZN, and Wasserman.
Can it happen?
I think it definitely can happen, yes. But does Jake need it to happen? Absolutely not. Does KSI need it to happen? Absolutely not. Right?
Will it happen?
I'm hopeful it does.
Yeah?
Definitely.
What do you mean I'm hopeful it does? This fight was supposed to happen in 1954. What the hell? I mean, he basically just exposed the reason why this fight isn't happening is because of him. Like, he literally just said, I don't want this fight to happen because I don't like how KSI's team is making things public. And for those of you who don't know, this is what Nakisa is referring to. One screenshot that Mams Taylor posted on Twitter that shows a missed call and then another message on June 9th that says, Nakisa, I propose we all... I propose we put all personal feelings aside and have a complete ceasefire and negotiate a deal like gentlemen and professionals. February is what you want, let's make it happen. And it's not like Mems Taylor sent this message and then posted it on Twitter one day later. Like, he literally sent this message on June 9th and posted this screenshot on June 19th. That's 10 days. This man didn't respond for 10 days. But once again, this isn't even the funniest part about this video, because look what he said here.
I don't think they've really negotiated fairly in private. Again, I don't negotiate in public.
So he said that they never fairly negotiated. Not fair in private. Now, Mems Taylor also responded to this clip where he wrote the entire second amendment, but the first 2 points we already went over. He then said, unrealistic terms is the only way they want their fights. Must be above 40, now 60 is the new benchmark, or be coming from a much lighter weight, or get completely weight drained, etc. They continue bled. Huh? Yes. I mean, I don't really understand what Jake Paul's team can say after this when Jake Paul's manager literally said, I don't want to do business with KSI's team, meaning he doesn't want this fight to happen. But the last thing I want to talk about is what Nikisa said here.
When his representation is constantly taking a public position on Jake Paul, on MVP, on myself, it's just not who I want to do business with. It's not who Jake wants to do business with.
So he said Jake Paul doesn't want to do business with a team that made one private message public, but Jake literally wanted to fight Dylan Dennis, who's known for making false statements, scamming his audience, and making fun of UFC fighters when he never backs it up. Like, look at this. I'm wiping my ass with Dylan Dennis, then Jake Paul vs Conor McGregor. Common sense has actually just left the chat. And this was in 2020 when Nikisa was still a part of Jake Paul's team. Like, bro, this man's been caught lying like 5 times in the span of a minute. How is that even possible? So I honestly think this fight is never gonna happen. Like, I really don't understand why Jake Paul's team is mad that Mems Taylor made one private message public, and it wasn't even like it was Nikisa's message. It was literally Mems' message. He could have just put that out publicly. Like, it makes no sense. But comment down below what you think about this entire situation, if you think this fight is ever gonna happen, and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss any future videos.